So let's move on to our second topic.
Okay, so this topic is okay. I was just watching YouTube, and this showed up in my suggested videos, probably because I watched Worth It way too much. So now I get all kinds of wonderful Buzzfeed videos in my recommended section. And the video that I found was for Women's Day, and let's just preface this by saying this is in no way meant discriminatory or anything against women. It's just the entire idea of this video and how they present it just makes me so annoyed, so furious. Or not furious, just...
It's cringeworthy. Let's just say that. So
it's cringe.
I'll be swapping scenes now, and then we can go start it. I'll let you start it now.
Yeah, okay, let's start the video then. And let's watch, we're gonna watch until about 40 or 50 seconds, then we're gonna pause and go into pretty much every theme or subject that they bring up.
Well, let's go through the introduction, and then we can take the first thing, right? And take the first.
Okay. Introduction. Let's go into introduction first then. 1, 2, 3.
It's just impossible. It's impossible. I keep using social media. I can't only text. This is too difficult.
Today we are here to not use products that women have made for an entire day.
I think it's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's fine, it's just a day. But I feel like I'm going to be wrong and today is gonna be horrible.
I think there's gonna be a lot of things that we don't expect on this list that we're not gonna be able to use.
Some things that I knew already that were invented by women. We are going to pick from this bowl. Each one's gonna be an invention, and we're gonna guess if it was a man or a woman who made it. Improved can opener. I didn't even know there was an unimproved can opener.
I'm gonna say dude.
I'm gonna say a dude.
Computer software.
Woman.
Woman. Touch tone phone, caller ID, call waiting.
I'm gonna say a lady.
I'm gonna agree. Windshield wiper. I'm gonna say dude.
I'm gonna say a woman, because I'm pretty sure they're driving, it's raining. She's like, honey, you can't see, you need like something to clear the windshield wiper. He's like, I got this, okay, Cheryl, I got it. And so she was like, let me think of something so he doesn't kill me.
Gas heating furnace. I'm gonna say a guy built this.
I agree.
Square bottom paper bag. I'm gonna say guy on this.
All of these are female inventions.
Okay, let's pause it. That's the introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I didn't actually write this down, but I just realized it. They're talking about who made the idea of computer software. It's just such a general fucking thing. Computer software.
Yeah. Specify. Like, can we get computer software? Both men and women have made computer software. What are we talking about? What kind of software? Improved can opener. Yeah, I can see that.
And also, I should probably note before we get into it, what they're stating here, as far as what I can understand it, these are things that are actually invented by the women that they're going to talk about. You know, that's what they're saying. These things were invented by these people, if I'm not misunderstanding anything, right?
Yes, they say all of the aforementioned inventions were made by women.
Yes, and that's the key part to keep in mind. It's not about trying to discredit the work that the women in question have actually done. Not at all. But just think about what they're actually saying in this video. They're saying these things were made. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know the thing I was going to say to you. Also, isn't it almost a little bit sexist how they're sitting there like, I don't know anything women have made, or... You know, I can't... First of all, I don't know who have made those things.
I mean, can you say the same for men? Like, yeah, you can to a degree, right? But it's like, if you sit there have to mention it on top of your head, do you really actually know by 100%? You would know some. You would know some. Yeah, like planes and cars, I would assume. But again, I don't think you could mention names anyway. So
yeah, and I could, of course. This is probably the only name that I can. That's not in this video. But what about Curie, Marie Curie?
Who? I'm
She and her husband discovered, was it radium or something?
oh
Very famous. I guess it's a chemist, physicist. I don't know. I don't know.
they're gonna
his-
be chemists probably.
I think it was radium, or is it Curilium? No, that's that's in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Keep EA out of this. They have enough problems with their loot
Jesus.
boxes.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know a lot about this stuff, but she's at least one kind of inventor, you know.
There's been
And,
lots of women inventors. I don't think that's an underachievement on their part at all.
No.
I think it's great that we have people who have the genius to invent at all or and improve.
Yeah, I don't care what gender they are. Just people make stuff great. It's amazing. If they made it, if it works, if it's a good idea, they are very smart. They are geniuses. It doesn't matter what gender they are, you know?
Yeah, it would never matter. I don't think it ever matters to me who created what and what gender they were. No, I don't think that matters. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I can't think of a reason why it should matter.
No? No, I'm trying to think of the same thing. But anyways, we're kind of straying off topic a little bit, I guess. So let's just stick to what they're actually talking about in the video. Let's keep watching so you understand what we're actually trying to get into here. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man.
Really?
Really?
That's wild. That's so cool.
Now that we know all these things were invented by women, we're gonna try to do the day without them. This is gonna be bad.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Everything that was invented by women has essentially advanced the current day and age of how we live, because I feel like I'm a damn caveman.
We can stop it right here.
It was harder than I thought.
Okay.
The first statement is so ironic. So ironic.
Yeah. Yep.
So if we reverse this and say they can't use invention made by men, and bear in mind a lot of this is taken by extension. So if they've developed a part of a thing that is in general use, they can't use that. Isn't that if I understood it right? We talked briefly about it yesterday. If I understand that was correctly, right? So we have they can't use Wi-Fi because.
Yeah, they do get into that. Like that's the first topic.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi.
But it's a lot about extension of invention, I believe. So they can't use apps because they can't use the internet. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It was also that computer software, for example, that they said that computer software in itself was invented by a woman. Therefore, they can't use computer software.
Which means you
they
couldn't check
said
emails or something.
Yeah. And they said that, of course, Wi-Fi was basically invented by a woman. That's basically what they're saying here, because they can't use Wi-Fi. They couldn't use things that were invented by women. Therefore, Wi-Fi invented by women. But that's something we have to talk about once we get to the first point.
Wait, then he's not allowed to use his screen wipers. So did he have to remove them? In which case he's in violation with the law as well, because he's driving without wipers.
I don't know.
So he can't use the car technically, so he's already cheating. But that's for future reference, and you'll see.
Okay.
And let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue.
The phone's probably going to be the hardest challenge today. It's during the week, so I don't have to drink beer. I don't really need anything else.
Just kind of seeing the list, I was like, okay, I think I could do this. Just a day. No, by the end of it, I was pretty frustrated. Hardest challenge was not using anything on my cell phone.
So I just got out the restroom, and of course, I write.
Okay, there we have the first point. Now, I've done some research when I saw this video, because the first thing I figured I'd do after watching this, because something just felt wrong. I couldn't believe that all of these things were apparently invented by women, but we've never heard about it, right?
Mm.
You know, the evil patriarchy had covered the secrets, they have covered up the truth.
Well, they say it here, right? Dr. Shirley Jackson's scientific discoveries led to the touch tone phone and caller ID and call waiting. So we can't use that apparently.
And that statement is the truth. That is the truth, but that's not what they've stated through the video, and that's why it's so annoying, because her scientific discoveries led to the touch-tone phone, caller ID, and call waiting. Her scientific discoveries led to the touch-tone phone. Does it say Dr. Shirley Jackson invented the touch-tone phone, caller ID, and call waiting? No. Not at all. It just led to it. She made a fantastic scientific discovery, which she should be credited for, right? It's great. It's fantastic. Like, the woman is a genius. She was the first African-American woman with a doctorate from MIT. She's one of the highest paid university presidents in the US. You know?
Yeah.
But she didn't actually invent the things, as far as I know. Perhaps my sources are wrong. Please do correct me on that.
Then again, even if you didn't, okay, so we're saying if they've laid a foundation for anything they have developed, you can't use anything that's developed further by them. I guess that's the point.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, it's so stupid, because then we could also say, okay, but who, like, the touch-tone phone, where are phones based from? Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. Okay. Suddenly that's a man who invented electricity, who invented radio signals. Like, how far do we have to take this? If we just keep going back, there will be other people who have laid the foundation. It's a continuous process. But what they've done here is they've just cut it off at one point and said, okay, a woman did this, women invented these future things. Done.
Yeah. And then we could turn it around and the world would be so much worse. I mean, they could use Wi-Fi, but they wouldn't have a phone. So... Oh, they wouldn't have electricity as well.
Oh, we're getting into this later.
Yeah, okay.
We're getting into this later.
Take me away.
Oh, okay, let's go on. Oh shit! I think I paused it. There. What? Why is it not starting?
Okay. I'm gonna click now.
Way
Okay.
What? You clicked?
started using social media.
starting.
No, we're not allowed to use our cell phones at all.
Okay. Yeah,
And the
don't
fact
touch
that
anything.
I went straight to the restroom and went straight to all my apps and Instagram, this is gonna be harder than I thought.
I kind of enjoyed, the kind of disconnecting in a way. It's kind of just like liberating a little bit.
It's been hard.
Okay, here we have my favorite one. Because this is the one where I did the most research, basically. That's why it's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So, again, this statement in the video, 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the video, is true. Hedy Lamarr invented a communication system during World War II, which laid the technological foundation for Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. Does that say that she invented Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth? No. Is that what you kind of think when you start watching the video? Yeah.
That's kind of what they're insinuating, right?
That is what they're insinuating,
There's missing some information. There's like, okay, so this has been developed by a woman. We're gonna cut everything off that came after this off. Which, okay, that's a fair point, but at least state it, because right now it feels disingenuous to me, at least.
So, first of all, I just want to get into this Hedy Lamarr. That's an incredible story. It's a completely incredible story. Like, she's a Hollywood celebrity. She was an actress, like a symbol. And on her spare time, or one of her other hobbies, was tinkering and making things. And together with a composer friend of hers called George Antheil, they made a frequency hopping technology that became a precursor to secure Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth around the world. So she did lay the foundation. We're not trying to dispute that at all. But who made Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS itself? That is the question.
Well, and then I feel like another point they should make, because I don't mind that they cut it off at this point, but at least say that if something was invented earlier by a woman, every technology following is, or that sprang from that invention, is not allowed.
Yeah.
At which point, then it doesn't seem, at least then there's clarity and why you can't use Wi-Fi and why you can't use GPS.
Yeah, right. Because that's kind of like the problem with this video is that it does sound like we're trying to discuss semantics here in a way. I get that it kind of seems like that, but if you, for example, go into the comment section of this video, I honestly saw to every critique that someone wrote, if it was about Wi-Fi, for example, there was always someone commenting something along the lines of, "Yes, but women invented Wi-Fi." No, they did. Like, that's the point. It's misinformation, and when people see it, they don't actually research it themselves. They just think the video is right. At least
it's if it's not misinformation, it's withholding information at the very least is what I think.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go through the list fast. Who developed the Bluetooth? Jaap, Harsen, and Sven Mathiasen, and they were commissioned by the telecom company Ericsson, which Sony Ericsson phones.
And then
2 guys.
And then we have the guy who created Wi-Fi, right? Or at least what is the standard Wi-Fi what we use now, which is the 802.11 standard. Vic Hayes, and he's well known as the father of the Wi-Fi. So.
Yeah. And then you also have the ones who own the VLAN patent, which is Cicero. And they credit the following inventors for creating the technology itself: Dr. John Sullivan, Dr. Terry Percival, Mr. Diet Austria. Like, you get the point.
Yeah.
All males. I'm not trying to say something here, but those are the guys who actually invented it. And who invented GPS? Roger L. Easton and Ivan Gedding. Right.
And who made? Oh, then Heidi Lamar made the precursor to it, or laid the foundation for this technology to be invented, which again is great, absolutely fantastic. The problem is they don't disclose that they cut off anything after the invention was made.
Because the thing is, okay, I haven't researched the technology that you made, but if, for example, this technology is based on radio, then you could just as well said that the creator of the radio laid the foundation for...
Yeah, for her technology, but that's not the point. That's not the point of the video.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they could just do that, and it would be the same thing. At least in my head, it would be the same thing.
If we reverse it by swapping around men and women, right? So we can't use anything who's made by man. Then then we can cut off these precursors for everything, which is what they're doing.
That's exactly the thing. Like, you're talking about swapping it around, and that's the best example. If a woman invents a technology today, and I'm sure they've invented plenty, then you should never credit the man who made the precursor to that technology for that technology. You should credit the woman who made it. Like,
yes,
she invented it. She built on something and created something new and created her own product. She made it. That's how it is.
And that's the point, right? Don't take credit. You shouldn't take credit for something somebody else did, which is kind of what they're insinuating here. At least from how I read it.
Yeah, at least that's what it seems to us. Perhaps we're just triggered as hell to see a video like this, but it really does seem like that because they don't mention what I've said now. Who invented Wi-Fi? Who invented GPS? Who invented Bluetooth? So it just seems so oh my god, I can't even talk.
Well, they don't say again. The heading is right. It doesn't lay the foundation. Okay, yes. But again, people are dumb and they don't read, so they hear, "Oh, we can't use Wi-Fi. We can't use GPS."
Not only that, but if you don't read this panel, which is 5 seconds or something of the video, then you'll only think that they invented all of those things, because that's everything they're saying. Like, if you listen to this with sound only, it almost sounds like they're actually trying to avoid people taking the video out of context, like we're basically not out of context, but treating it this way, because they included those panels. Because if you just listen to the video, which is how they originally made it in a way, right?
Yeah.
Then it just states that these people made it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, at least. Or yeah, that's basically what they're saying without by not mentioning what we've already talked about, mentioned 5 or 10 times now already, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah, let's go
because there are more points to go through.
Oh God.
So let's see. Let's start it again. 1, 2, 3.
Harder and harder to do certain things, like technology-wise. We can't use the Wi-Fi, we can't use the GPS. So I don't know how I'm supposed to do work, send emails out.
So the biggest challenge for me was having really bored poops. Like I would go poop and I can't go on any apps on my phone, so I'm just sitting there staring at a wall.
So it's round 2 of the most boring poop ever.
I was kicked out of my desk because it would happen to be cold. They wanted to put on the heater, which I cannot use, so I'm officially kicked out.
Okay. I just wanted to actually say it properly. In 1919, Alice Parker patented her gas heating furnace. True. Big scientific improvement. It's great. However, from the sources that I found, first of all, it was not the first gas furnace patent.
No, they dated not the furnaces went all the way back to what, Rome? Not, not
furnaces.
gas.
Furnaces themselves, but it was not even the first gas furnace.
No.
And her design was really smart, and it was unique. It had I'm just taking this off a source that I found. It had a unique multiple burner system, each of which could be individually controlled. And this structure was an important precursor to modern heating zone system and thermostats as well. It is great. But in the same source, it also said, we know of some very early versions from the late 1800s and one from 1907. And another thing, which they don't mention, is the fact that this exact design, her design, was never implemented as is, because there were safety issues with how the heat flow is regulated. Like, come on, she's obviously really smart. But you can't just give someone the entire credit of something like this without even putting in the asterisks.
No, especially not if her design was never, or the exact design. I don't know if she still has the patent for those changes in the design with the safety issues. Because then the rules kind of change on who actually created what and who has ownership of it. But,
yeah, that's the thing. Because what if, I'm just guessing, if it was her or a woman who made the first one that actually worked, then they would have used that person, right? So this just kind of makes me think that perhaps either it was just that it was her patent, they just did some tweaks to it, and it was all it all counts as her invention, and then it's completely credit to her.
I mean, if she was the changes, I would still say it's her thing. Yeah. Even if the technology is based on it. I mean, we have a lot of things that are based on other things that are slightly similar.
Yeah.
But still not the originals. So.
Yeah, and if, how should I put it?
I feel like they're
what
overreaching a bit in some of the what's been made by who.
Yeah, right. And if, as I was going to say, if she has the patent that was the final patent, to put it that way, if there's not some guy who has, or some girl who has the patent that actually ended up being used, right? Which is the technology that ended up being used, then all credit to her if someone else doesn't have that. But if someone else does have that, then that is technically the first of its kind.
Yeah, I mean, if her patent then ran out and somebody changed it after it ran out, what would that then be his original? Or his or hers original then, or would it still be hers? I mean, that's technicalities. So
yeah.
So I feel it's a little bit overreaching, especially since the design was never actually the quote exact design was never implemented.
Yeah. Now, it was really hard to. I should probably note that too. It was really hard to actually find. What should I say? To find good sources on this. Now, of course, you can discuss what a good source is, but every source I found was
credible sources.
Yeah, Reddit, unbiased. Because
there's no such thing as unbiased.
Okay, but rather unbiased.
You can have people who strive to be unbiased. You can do that. You can do that.
Because the only I think she was African American. I may be wrong, but I think she was African American, and every source I found was like, you know, those sites that are like saying that the black people were the original Israelites or whatever, like things like that.
Oh, God.
Like the "We was kings" thing, kinks.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh God, more pro racism.
Yeah, basically a lot of racist things, and it seemed like all the sources were like that. That was only looking like just glancing over them and looking at the names of the sites, etc.
Well, they would be hyper interested in any small achievement from their
Yeah.
race, and same goes for other racists. They do the same. So, yeah.
Yeah, but and again, I'm just gonna say this again because people do have kind of selective hearing. If we are wrong in anything, like the facts,
We would love to be corrected.
yeah, because as I said, it was really hard to find good sources, and the source that I took this from, that they were already two made before, two patents, that could be wrong. It was only one source. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna risk my life protecting a source. Goddamn, like if it's wrong, tell us.
And we that's why we're here, right? We're here to have a conversation and try to expand our worldview by hearing what I'm not gonna say the other side has, but what other people have to say.
Yeah.
And what their worldview's like, because if we can take away just a few things from it, and that can make us better people, that can make you better people, and that will be beneficial in the long run to everybody.
Yeah. Let's go on then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Watch together. 1, 2, 3.
And I have to sit somewhere else. So now I have to be cold and Wi-Fi-less. Really step back in time.
Went in to go, grocery shopping, and when I was checking out, the checkout person asked me if I wanted a brown, paper bag or a plastic bag. I was like, oh, shoot, no, I'm gonna just hold my stuff.
And we're not allowed to use square bottom paper bags. So instead, I had my food chilling with me. I caught myself. She was like, would you like a paper bag? I was like, no.
Okay, can I just say, like, I didn't do any research on this one.
He could have just taken the plastic bag.
Yeah, that's one thing actually. Yeah, I could have taken him. Oh no, because he's so environmental.
Yeah, no, that was the other thing, and I'm like, why don't you act like a normal person, or at least I'm just gonna say, what's our parents' generation? Are they Generation Y?
I don't know.
Yeah, but do at least the way I've seen all of my grandparents and my parents do, right? They bring a bag, an empty bag. They then put the food in. Dude, if you were really worried about the environment, that's what you would do.
But I guess when you go to shop at Whole Foods, you need that green paper bag with the square bottom. You just need it.
Yeah, you can't use your gym bag, or your travel bag, right? You can't use that, which is even better.
This is just too dumb.
I was like, I can't use plastic bag, I can't use paper bags, and I don't want to use plastic because it's good for the environment. Well, it's bad for the environment.
Can't they just find some better some better things than this? Paper bags, square paper bags, really?
That's so. It was like I feel like they just wanted bags in general, but they couldn't, so they took what they could get. And it's specific. It's just so. No. It's just that's just too much.
Yeah.
I feel like that's completely unnecessary, because it's like, oh, look at the hardship it does, but it's just a minor inconvenience.
Yep.
Which is totally arbitrary, especially when he buys so little.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that he has a car.
He's breaking the rules. If you look in the middle of the picture here, right?
What is there?
That's a window wiper. That's not allowed.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so dumb.
He's breaking the rules. He lost the game.
Not to mention his car probably has some software, right? And according to these people, women invented all computer software, so can't use it, dude.
Can't use that. Get out of the car.
Yeah, you have Wi-Fi in your car. Get it out, you know. Cleanse it. Cleanse the technology. Throw it all out.
Yeah, no.
Burn it. I don't know.
We'll just leave it for a day.
Yeah, like,
we can continue here because the next part, if I remember correctly, is going to be great. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Let's watch the last part of this video. 1, 2, 3. Oh fuck!
I couldn't go on Netflix because I mean that was kind of a thing. Couldn't stream on my computer.
I have nothing to watch because I can't use Wi-Fi, which means I can't use any entertainment whatsoever, or internet, or Netflix, or Hulu, or anything else.
Overall, it was way more seemingly difficult than I thought, and it just made me really appreciate these women.
There's a lot of great everyday inventions that are made our lives easier that have been made by women, and you know, sometimes you just gotta sit back and appreciate those things.
We can stop here.
So yeah, that was the end of the video.
I'm just gonna say something. There's a lot of everyday inventions made by men, and sometimes we should just sit back and enjoy those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's just. We should probably go back to our discussion screen, right?
Yeah, we can do that now. I'll go now. We go.
So, I'm just gonna pretty much read out what I've written here. You know, what is the point in all of this? Why are we trashing this video? You know, is it to discredit female inventors?
I want to make one point clear. He could have just gotten an Ethernet cable, and then everything would have been fine, and he could still watch Netflix, and he could have still watched everything.
Well, it depends on how his internet was delivered, though. What if his internet was delivered via or with using Wi-Fi? Like, if he is living in an apartment and they have like a Wi-Fi thing sending it around, I don't fucking know, you know.
I mean, he could have, and I don't think. I mean, who doesn't have an Ethernet cable? I have like 10, so.
Yeah, I don't. Anyways, what I was gonna say, because that's probably not a good soundbite to just leave unfinished.
No, it's not.
Are we trying to discredit female inventors? Not
No,
at all.
absolutely not.
I have nothing negative to say about the women who made these inventions. They're amazing. They're geniuses. They're smarter than I'll ever be, smarter than Nick will ever be, smarter than most men or women alike will ever be. You know, they made significant scientific discoveries which helped all of us. But I think it's so dishonest how they present this video. Like, Buzzfeed are the ones ruining things by just overreaching so much because they're just trying to create some narrative.
Yeah, they're definitely overreaching, and that's the whole problem I have with the video is they don't disclose. They don't disclose the rules for the challenge. They say you can't use this because it was made by a woman or a woman, but then they don't disclose that any technology made after that invention was made cannot be used, which is a huge deal breaker.
Do you want to hear something even worse?
Yeah.
Okay, so they do make a lot of statements and assumptions in this video, right? Or at least statements.
It's Buzzfeed.
No sources. Not a single source in the video description. Not one.
Yeah, that would have been an instant dump or failure in our part. I should.
Yeah, that's.
I should, but now we don't have sources for our things. But then again, I have the title, so I hope that's enough.
Like, we are not. First of all, we're not a company. Like, I'm just talking about what I found by googling things.
Yeah,
Let's make that clear. I'm not an expert or anything. I just googled every single subject, and this is the information that I got from various sources. Hell, some of it was even Wikipedia. I'm not gonna deny that.
Wikipedia is a bad source if you want to be scientifically correct. Let's just say that.
That's what I'm saying. Even some of it was Wikipedia. I'm not denying that. But then again, that's where the information was found. I wonder how BuzzFeed got it.
I think they used Wikipedia too. Or maybe
And I'm not saying-
or maybe they use that radical Wikipedia thing. What's its name?
I don't know. I really don't know, because everything they wrote in the video in those info panels, that was true. That's the exact same information that I found.
They were
how
technically
they-
correct, yes.
But how they presented it didn't say anything about that. That's a problem.
Yes.
And people eat this shit for breakfast. Like, come on, look at the comment section. Anyone, if they don't close it, which they obviously won't, because come on, they don't close their comment section. And if they don't start cleaning it for comments like this, like, go into the comment section and look what people write. Because I've seen so many people write things like,
I mean, we
yeah,
can bring
but
it
women
up.
invent.
Like,
Oh, then we have to start searching. Jesus. Okay.
I have the YouTube link. I just need to scroll up. So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I can pull it up on screen here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find
It's just
one of them.
So let me just swap down to the comment section here. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Now we have the comment section here.
See, I was on this one earlier today. I just gotta find one of them.
Yeah.
I just want to find one of those with exactly Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. Actually, this is one of them. Okay, I see a bunch of comments making it like men invented everything. The point of this video, it's a little bit further down. Probably it's Sam.
Yeah,
I am.
I found it. I found it. I
Yeah.
used Control F.
The point of this video is not to start a war between each gender, but to credit the women for the inventions they produced. They didn't produce those. Oh my, that's the entire point. Like, this is what people think after watching the video.
Yeah, that's her takeaway. I think we can go scroll all the way up to the top, to one of the top comments, aimed to kill. I kind of feel like laying the foundation of something and creating something are kind of different. Like, if I make the telegraph, I didn't make the phone, but the phone rose from the same idea of the telegraph, which arguably could have come to function fruition anyway. Oh my god, I can't read. Let's see the replies to this. Yeah. And then there's the technical definition of an...
Like, you know, there's just... As a guy further down there said, you have to give credit where credit is due.
Yes. And that's one where you and me have been trying to argue for throughout the whole video.
Yeah, but I just want to find. We found one, but I just want to find another one, which is about Wi-Fi. Because I saw several and now I can't find any of them, and it really don't breathe. Let's see. Perhaps it's all in my head. Perhaps I'm just crazy.
I can't find it in my comment section.
Let's see. No, it wasn't. It was one of the comments.
Yeah.
Or several comments actually. But people do comment a lot of things on Buzzfeed, so it's kind of hard to find it again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Somebody named
Jesus.
Typepost comments that men live without invention made by men possible.
Yeah.
He could have watched TV. That's true. But he's a smart ass, so he didn't pay. He said he doesn't have that.
Jesus Christ. People really are arguing a lot about this. I guess this was actually a really good topic because it's a hot button issue, I guess.
It is a hot button issue, but anything that criticizes women or women, especially if it's by a Caucasian male, is absolutely horrible and hate speech, and therefore not allowed. So yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, again, give credit where credit credit is due, and then at least specify the rules for the challenge, right?
Yeah, like that's kind of the thing here. If they wanted to do something presenting what these women have done, then make videos on them. You know, and say exactly what they've done, because what they've done, if they go into it, it's amazing. Like, come on.
It's fantastic.
That one actor? How the hell are you both a popular Hollywood actress and then also like how? You know,
that's really amazing. It really is like so you're an actor in the daytime, and on the side you are the hands-on kind of person, and you create and think of stuff. That is something I would have loved to see or loved to experience with that person.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. And by the way, they're talking about computer software, right?
Mm.
So who invented the computer itself?
Again, but that's not the point. That's not the point, Elias. Oh,
No.
That's not the point.
Okay, I found it. I finally found it. If you go down to Rets 19 hours ago, a lot of wrong information. Also, why can't they use their phone? Alexander Graham Bell invented that, not a woman.
I need to find it. Oh my god. How long do I need to go? Because mine aren't in order by hour.
Nah, it wasn't that far.
Could I get them?
Carson Gretz, it's a blue background.
Yeah, found it.
Okay. Look at the replies. The first one, true. Then Kalia Hayes. Not trying to... I feel like we're kind of hanging people out there, but whatever. We're such a small stream. They could have used the phone, but things like Wi-Fi and some apps were created by women, so they could not use that. And then another person writes, it's not their phone, it's the idea of Wi-Fi. Which, oh, guess what a woman invented. And then some complete idiot says, you are an idiot. Alexander Graham Bell didn't invent iPhones.
That's funny. That's funny.
I hope that's a troll, because that was actually really funny.
I hope it's troll.
And then we found your soulmate at the bottom there. Just use the Ethernet cable.
and yeah, that's the same argument I made.
Yeah.
Like-minded people. So yeah, again, a lot of things they could have done to circumvent it, and it feels disingenuous when they don't disclose that if that they treat invention foundations of something is the same as it being invented. That's kind of the feeling I get.
Like, and the entire thing about that is, if that is the argument that they're using, then that works. Like, that works the other way too.
Well,
because
the
foundation was always laid by, like, every idea pretty much in our world, every idea, every scientific theory, it's all made from something, you know.
Mm.
Everything has a foundation. Are we gonna go back to the caveman days and just keep digging until like the first little fragment of an idea started?
We can go back all the way to fire. That's a pretty safe assumption. But we can never find out who actually invented that. Or the earliest we then could go back to is the wheel again. But who invented that? We don't know.
It's Jesus Christ.
So
you know,
it's bad. But
it's just pointless pandering.
But it's BuzzFeed. They make millions of pointless pandering. So
they do.
And
they certainly do.
And their stupid 20 questions for X, Y, and Z by A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Now I get flashbacks to those kind of things.
And, like, I think I've already said this, but it just annoys me because when you turn this the other way around, you know,
then society doesn't function.
Yeah, and it would be so much backlash if
there would be so much. It would be so much hate. It would be so much hate.
exactly. Like, it would be incredibly modded. And I should probably note that I like, first of all, there has been situations where women have actually made things, and for example, they have a husband who ended up patenting it because it was not society, like the society didn't accept females doing these things. I acknowledge that. Like, that has probably happened.
Yeah, it has. I mean, we've seen it with, or they would have taken a different pen name, or like we see in books, or we saw in books often, right? They would adopt the male synonym.
Yes, that has happened so much, you know?
And
sure.
that going back to that, that's detestful, and we don't stand for that. But we do want where credit is due, and it's important to give that.
Yeah. Like, that's basically what we're just trying to say, you know? The credit should go to the people who actually developed the idea, not the people who laid the foundation. You know, we can remove all genders, say that. Like, that's how it should be. And when you make a video like this, even if it's Buzzfeed, you know, it's not... can we call Buzzfeed a news source?
No.
What do we call it then? And
Entertainment.
Just entertainment? Because
that's what I feel.
Talk about...
In talking about the news can also be entertainment. I don't feel like they have anything valuable to say. And it is very, very... it feels like it's entertainment. But then again, that's everything on YouTube.
Yeah, my problem with it is that,
but I
like,
wouldn't,
in a way...
I would not call it a credible news source, so to speak.
Oh, no, certainly it's not credible. I'm just saying, like, probably a lot of people who watch it do consider the things that they're saying to be true.
I mean, they technically said nothing wrong in the video. I feel like
they said the wrong things, dude. They clarified it with the brackets, but they did say that the women invented those things.
The brackets were right. Let's say that. But again, they didn't tell us everything in the challenge, which I feel is weird.
Yeah.
And I did not like that, because that's not clarity, and that's important, especially when you want to draw conclusions from something like this, and not make it laughable.
It like, this entire thing just creates like a pointless comparison game, right? Because you know this video is going to start controversy. You know people are going to be like, but it's not. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. Like, you know it's going to happen. And I guess they're kind of doing it for views then, right? Because controversy creates views.
Yeah, they're definitely doing it for views. I mean, one, it's pandering to the ideology that BuzzFeed serves around, right? They're in with the Huffington Post and other stuff like that, while they also know that their political opponents, or those who disagree with them politically, are going to be all over this as well, because you need to follow what other people are saying, so they can have some cheap reactions. Some of them will be.
Yeah, dude, we can even drag this back into the chapter in a way, into Rule 3. You know, be honest with people. Don't lie to make them feel better. Like, just say things like they are.
Yeah.
Like, the women in the video did fantastic things. Much more than most men will. And most of the women will, without a doubt.
And provide proper context, which is what was lacking.
Yeah, just explain what's, like, for example, instead of making things that men can't do, because, like, make a video going into what, especially that Hollywood actress, she had, like, the most interesting story, just for me at least. I also read the most about that one.
Yeah, that would have been interesting to read about if they could have found more on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of info on it. I think there's even a documentary on it. But, like, just make a short summary of that. Talk about that. You know, you can have a round table discussion for all, like, you're just... Talk about it. Educate people about these things. Don't make a 4-minute video that lies about the facts, and then by lying about it, you basically just ruin what they actually did.
And then I feel like undermining their achievement a little bit.
Yeah, right. Because, like, they should also remember, I guess they already know this, but, like, it goes both ways. Some people believe it to be true because they like BuzzFeed. A lot of people just... they just discredit everything they say. And when things get proven wrong like this, that just keeps happening. So some people may be like, they probably didn't even invent any of these things.
Yeah, that's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, I'd honestly say it's worse. Or, yeah, probably just, I don't know.
No, it's just as
sucks.
bad because their way of handling the situation creates that assumption, which which then creates the negative response, which is fucking terrible.
But then again, it's a YouTube channel. They're doing it for views. I guess we can just...
At that point, yeah, they need views for the money, and to keeping Google preferred and whatnot, to keep the site running.
Like, I saw one guy be like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for H3 to make a video on this." Like, yeah, that's what BuzzFeed is waiting for too. They're gonna get like 500,000 more views or something when that happens. If that happens,
they're gonna get a lot more views from that, especially if they can spark a controversy around it.
Oh, damn right.
It's like they kick out. It's like putting up. It's like playing tennis, right? They put up the smash, and then just wait for the return.
Yep. They can just swim in all that money while people...
They're gonna do Logan Paul, right? That's the thing. That's what they want. Though they're not gonna be tasering dead rats or showing dead
They're
bodies.
not, like... Because what they're saying is... First of all, it's...
No, but they want to create controversy for the views, which is kind of what vloggers do.
Of course.
Sorry to shit on them, but that's not my kind of thing.
I know, that's basically what they do. And this is why I'm hereby challenging Logan Paul.
Are you gonna go into the ring with him?
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna say anything. If you ever get more...
That would be good PR, though, so...
Yeah. Well, let's just start sparking controversy. You know, we don't have any views, so we just gotta start sparking all that controversy. Just start talking shit about everyone. Go on Twitter, follow a bunch of people, trash talk them all the time. Easy money.
Yes, sounds fun. Sounds fun. And then we do reaction videos of the reaction videos.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, dude, I think we've talked this thing to death now.
Yeah, it's pretty dead. We're starting to overreach like BuzzFeed here.
Yeah. We should make BuzzFeed 2. Wait, BuzzFeed 3, no, there's already one.
And
How many channels does BuzzFeed even have?
I think I have like 6.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I could click on their site and see what...
Nah. That's fine. Anyways, for people who have watched this or watched the VOD or listened to it on SoundCloud, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll be back next Sunday for the next one. We do try to stream this every Sunday. We haven't really settled down an exact time yet, but we will in the future. So, yeah.
This has been the BNPodcast, and thank you so much for watching or listening, and have a good day.